Right then, so it's the morning after, only just the morning by a minute. So I'm having a cup of tea. Cheers everyone. So in this video, in terms of how things are progressing, the ride was yesterday and I learned the art of going faster without trying to go faster. So I was a bit tired and it was just a dreamy kind of day. I think everyone else was feeling that. It was warm, it was like grey, it was perfect nap weather. Like you're in the woods, it was just, yeah, you could have sat on a nice chair and drifted off. Well, I could have done anyway. So that was the scene, that's how I was feeling. So going around the track, I thought, right, I'm either going to work on stamina and just, you know, not try and go mad, but just get the endurance up and ride for as long as I can. So tried that for a bit, couldn't be bothered. Went back to the van, had a cup of tea and all that, a bit of a chat. And yeah, so then as the day went on, I just sort of got into this zen state. And yeah, I ended up going faster without actually trying to go faster. So because I ended up really relaxed and I was trying to do everything right rather than everything faster. And then in the end, I was flying around the track and I thought, yeah, you know, usually when you try and push, you know, you set out and you're like, right, I'm going to get my best time, my best speed and all the rest of it. Yeah, you tend to get erratic, your heart rate's up more, you're not really thinking, you usually start making mistakes. But I was going around lap after lap and was just really relaxed and just like finding a flow. So yeah, that's something really interesting. So if I was fully charged up yesterday and was just, you know, firing on all cylinders, I would have quite honestly tried to go as fast as I can, because with my riding I'm starting to get a bit faster each time. So yeah, you know, naturally you're like, yeah, I want to get faster. So that's what I would have tried to do. So it's been a bit of a blessing in disguise. And then yeah, so there's been some really good things during the day. So my mate Chris, he's coming on really well. Yeah, I met him about a year ago, I think, and he's just, yeah, he's just getting better and better. And you know, the only thing he needs to learn is to be smoother on the throttle, eh, Chris? And then, yeah, I met these two lads, the father and son, both on the Yamaha's WR450 and the YZ250. Yeah, they were really good crack. It was really funny, the banter between the two of them. But the young lad come from a TTR 125 to a YZ250, and I think this was his first ride, and there's me following him in the video for a bit, and yeah, he just does so well on it. Like, fair play to you, mate, you're doing really well, and you know, keep it up, sort of thing. And then the old man, yeah, you know what you got to do, mate. He's going to be on your tail before long. So yeah, basically I just sort of, I thought for this video, have a little ramble next to the fish, have a cup of tea with you, and just let you know what's going on. My next race is in 2 weeks time, so I'm feeling really good for that. Like I say, the speed's getting better, my fitness is getting better, I'm going to cycle a lot and make sure I eat well and all the rest of it. And I'm hoping for a pretty good result, because in the first race, it was first one of the season, and I was sort of, you know, pulling my punches a little bit. Basically, I didn't want to come off. We were in woods and there was like really slippy tree roots and stuff, and it doesn't take much before you've like ruined your day, sort of thing. And I've got a lot of injuries, so yeah, that was kind of that one. But this next track, I think it's sort of safer to go faster. It's a bit more predictable, so yeah, famous last words. But yeah, so that's that, and yeah, enjoy the footage, and yeah, I'll see you on the next race. So now we have the Gas EC350f versus the WR450f. I can hear it growling behind me, and I thought, right, I better let him go. This is a serious rider here. Off he goes. So I thought, right, I'll just see if I can catch him without killing myself. As you can see, the answer is no. I thought I'll try and keep him in my sights for a while, but yeah, that didn't go very well. However, keep watching because there's a twist in his tail.
Okay, bud?
Now I thought to myself, right, come on, let's see if we can put a gap on this guy and yeah, see what he's got. So I'm riding round, and as you can see, I've upped the pace. I'm feeling good. Can't hear him behind me yet, but you bet he starts creeping up. And yeah, then I'm riding round and he's behind me and he's not overtaking me. I'm thinking, what's going on here? So yeah, keep watching and you'll find out. At this point on the whoops is probably like the best overtaking part on the track, and he's not overtook me, and I thought, it could be one of two things: either I'm riding well or he's riding bad. So yeah, maybe a combination of the two. So I'm going round at this point and I'm thinking, right, he's on my tail but he's not overtaking me. So I was like, right, I'm just going to push and then see how I get on, sort of thing. But it wasn't long before I caved in. I felt like I was holding him up at this point, so I let him go and off he went into the distance. However, he came off that lap, and it turns out that in order to overtake me, his cardiovascular system basically blew up and he just couldn't handle it and had to go off the track. It's true. So now this is me following Yamaha Junior. As I said in the intro, this was his first or second time riding this bike. He's come from 125 to a 250 and he was riding really well. Yeah, unfortunately for me, because I'd done 4 laps at this point, I think, and then I seen him. I thought, right, yeah, I'll follow you for a bit. and my God, he was giving me a workout, and there was points I thought, nah, I've had enough here, and then yeah, he was slowing down a bit, so I thought, right, you know, I'll put a bit more power on, try and catch him, and then yeah, he knew I was closing in, so he was like, nah, I'm off. And yeah, really good rider, and fair play to you, mate, you're doing well.